One missed detail can put the entire story out of sequence. The report is not always where the problem starts. It starts earlier. A name arrives before the role is clear. A timestamp arrives before the sequence makes sense. A photo points to a detail that has not been connected. A question becomes a follow-up. A follow-up becomes another note. Before the first sentence is written, the officer is already carrying the weight of the whole story. Not just what happened, but what is missing, what belongs together, what still needs to be verified, and what cannot be assumed. Field Notes Pro was built for that work between the field and the finished report. It is a two-product suite. Crash Narrative supports crash-specific narrative preparation. Case Builder organizes broader case facts and investigative details. Different instruments. One standard. The officer stays in control. Crash Narrative begins with structured, officer-provided facts. Vehicles, people, location, movement, road conditions, injuries, property details, witness information, the sequence of the crash. From there, the workflow can surface missing information and unclear connections before draft language becomes harder to unwind. It can support a clearer narrative draft tied to the facts the officer entered. It can support reviewer feedback from a supervisor, FTO, or trainer. It can help prepare clean language for copy or export into an agency workflow. But the boundary never moves. Crash Narrative does not invent a fact. It does not override agency policy or CR3 requirements. It does not submit or approve an official report. The officer verifies every word, makes the edits, and controls the final language. Case Builder starts from a different kind of pressure. Broader casework does not arrive as a finished outline. It arrives as notes, names, roles, evidence references, partial timelines, unanswered questions, and tasks that cannot be forgotten. Case Builder gives that material a structure before the report is written. Core facts become visible. People are connected to their roles. Photos, video, statements, diagrams, documents, and body camera references can be tracked as evidence items. Events can be placed in chronological order. Pending interviews, missing documents, uploads, corrections, and supervisor requests can remain visible as follow-up work. The result is not an automatic conclusion. It is a cleaner, reviewable preparation path that helps the officer see the case as a whole before turning it into report language. The software can organize. It can draft. It can surface gaps. It can show where a fact came from and where a question remains unresolved. It does not decide what happened. It does not replace judgment, policy, supervisor review, prosecutor guidance, statutory requirements, or an official reporting system. Every path stops at the same decision point. The officer reviews. The officer verifies. The officer approves. Crash Narrative and Case Builder are not the same product wearing two labels. Crash Narrative is focused on crash report narrative support, missing information review, CR3 training, and reviewer workflows. Case Builder is focused on broader case organization, facts, people, evidence, timelines, notes, and follow-up tasks. An officer can choose the tool that matches the work. For those who need both, The bundle brings the two workflows under one Field Notes Pro family, without erasing the purpose of either one. That promise is visible on the public Field Notes Pro site. Two products: individual or bundle access, officer-controlled review, draft support, a safety-conscious design. The site also states the limit plainly. Field Notes Pro supports organization, draft review, and training workflows. It does not replace officer judgment, agency policy, supervisor review, prosecutor guidance, statutory requirements, or official reporting systems. For demonstrations and pilots, use fictional, training, or sanitized information. Never expose real case data merely to test a tool. Return to the board from the beginning. The facts have not changed. The officer's responsibility has not changed. What changes is the path through the work. Facts are captured. The material is organized. Gaps and connections become reviewable. The officer controls what moves forward. Crash Narrative follows that path for crash-specific narrative preparation. Case Builder follows it for broader case organization. Now the product family makes sense. Field Notes Pro does not replace the investigation. It does not replace the report. It gives the work between them a controlled path from scattered detail to reviewable preparation, with the human decision exactly where it belongs. Organize the facts. Strengthen the narrative. See Crash Narrative, Case Builder, and the Field Notes Pro bundle at getfieldnotespro.com.